Hello, it's Mark Attwood here. Welcome to the Mark Attwood Show. A couple of words first on why this is called the Mark Attwood Show. I didn't want to call it the Mark Attwood Show. I'm on a road trip at the moment in Ireland, and I thought it'd be very appropriate to be here at the King John Castle, which is in Limerick. The reason why that's appropriate is because there may be a new King of England and Ireland, Joseph Gregory Hallett, who may be the new King John III, I believe. Don't know if that's true or not, but it's a very interesting story. So I thought this is quite an appropriate way to start the channel, to film outside this historic place in Limerick, which incidentally is right over the road up there is the Masonic Centre. And we were just looking at the symbolism outside of that. And there's the sigil of Saturn, which those of you, if you don't know what that is, go and look it up. You'll also find it in the VW logo. It basically means 666, which is very interesting. There's a load of other Masonic symbolism right across the road. We're right next to the river. The judge is pointing out the river, which is quite a big river here in Limerick. Back to me. So, what's this channel about? Well, we're going to talk about the name. I wanted to call it Adventures in a Meat Suit, and the reason why I wanted to call it that is because I was taken by the fact that somebody once described being a human being as being like a ghost in a meat suit, and there are a lot of connotations around meat suits now. If you are familiar at all with the satanic paedophile rings that are being uncovered at the moment in the world, because that's what really this virus is all about. It's about these, I was about to say people, but they're not really people. They are something else, evil beyond belief, and you know, meat suits are part of what they do, which is it's horrific beyond belief. So I'm not going to go into details of what that is now, look it up yourself, but I wanted to reclaim ownership of that because I think it's quite funny, the idea that we are ghosts in meat suits, because we are spirits having a human experience, not humans having a spiritual experience. So I'm going to ramble a little bit while I'm explaining this. I wanted to call it that. So I put it on Facebook the other day and I said, what should I call it? Should I call it this, that or the other? Overwhelmingly people said the Mark Attwood Show, and I'm on a road trip with my son. I'm driving down here today, and he was just laughing at me. He said I sounded like my own arse, which I probably do, but I tried to explain that most people are saying just call it the Mark Attwood Show because you're Mark Attwood and that's the show, so that's why it's called that. So let's get that out of the way. The other thing I want to get out of the way is you know, if you are not interested in finding out the truth about what's going on in the world, if you think that conspiracy theorists are nutters, if you believe the government is telling you the truth about everything, if you don't understand that we are, as a race, are going through a massive transformation, then a lot of what I'm going to say in this channel and on this video might trigger you, and I can't be arsed with you. If you get triggered, then just go somewhere else. I'm not interested. If you want to troll me, I'm just going to delete you, so don't bother. Don't waste your energy. This channel is about asking questions. This is a channel about trying to discover the truth about human existence, where we're going, how we're going there, all from my perspective, because 51 years old, I have been on a huge journey. I think I've had a very interesting life, and I think I've got some things to share. And really, this is about this time in history. If you're familiar with QAnon, who said quite poignantly that we are the news now. And one of the reasons I decided to actually start discussing this stuff on video in this podcast, this channel format on YouTube and BitChute, brand new YouTube I'm going to be on as well. I don't think I'm going to last long on YouTube with the stuff I'm going to talk about, so because of the massive censorship that's going on. So the reason I started to do this is because it's really about the children. It's not just about my children. I'm a father of 5. I love my children dearly. Some of them are going to be embarrassed that I'm doing this, but they've been embarrassed about me for most of their life, so that's okay. But in the future, when this very strange time that we're in at the moment is over, I want to be able to say that I stood up and I tried to do something about it. Or I stood up for truth, or I stood up at least asking questions. I mean, one of the things I've taught my kids since they were born is question everything, including this that I've just said to you. And that's what I'd say to you too. This is about questioning everything that you hear from me, from anybody, and letting that resonate inside you, because really this is a time of intuition, because you are not being told the truth. You've never been told the truth by the mainstream media, by your education, by the education system. Everything we know about being human on this beautiful planet is basically a lie. And I've come to that conclusion after many, many, many years of researching and going through my own journey, huge amounts of pain and death, and somehow I'm still here. And because I'm still here, I want to make sure that I'm doing something. I have at least tried to do something to become a voice, because I think it's up to all of us that are trying to find out the truth to actually stand up and go through the fear of standing up and being ridiculed, and that is really about the dissolution of ego. So, on that subject, while I'm talking about this, one of the people that inspired me enormously, and also to start this channel, and also who brought to my attention this concept of this new King of England, King John III, Joseph Gregory Hallett. As I said, I don't know if this is true. I've seen interviews, I've seen the films that have been made, but this was by Charlie Ward. Now, Charlie Ward is an Englishman living in Spain who started a YouTube channel, I think about 3 months ago. And Charlie, if you've not checked out Charlie's channel, go and check it out. You just find him in YouTube at the moment. I'm amazed he's still there, but he is. And Charlie just started telling the truth and started asking questions and resonated with people, and has brought together incredible information and people, which I've just found so inspiring. And, you know, whether everything that Charlie's looked into is the truth or not doesn't matter. It's the same with me. Not everything I'm going to talk about on this channel is necessarily true, but it's in the search of the truth. And I think we're in the most amazing time in human history, certainly in my lifetime, but definitely in human history. We're at the end of a 26,000 year cycle. Personally, I've just had some incredible heart healing, energy heart healing, vibrational frequency healing, and I got told in my review by a woman called Deborah, I'll put a link to her below, everybody should get this done. I got it done for my mum. What we found there was extraordinary. And one of the things that she came up with in my heart healing was that I've been carrying the shit from 84 generations. 84 generations, which explains my own personal journey to me, and it's an incredible thing when I think of all the pain and the near-death experiences I've had in my life, and the brushes with alcoholism and drug abuse, and awful things that have happened. Don't get me wrong, I've also had an amazing life and an amazing time as well, and I'm very, very blessed and grateful for having 5 children. But this is a journey. It's a journey for all of us. So it's an adventure in a meat suit. That's what I wanted to start this channel for. So big thank you to Charlie Ward for helping inspire me for this. I'm also speaking to Charlie next week. Whether I end up on his channel or not, I don't know, but I'm also really grateful for that. And that only happened because I did a post on Facebook. And the post on Facebook I did was in the middle of this, when this pandemic started. At the beginning of it, I admit I was full of fear. I knew it was coming. I knew the pandemic was coming. I knew that something big was going to happen very, very soon, because my own journey into what some of you would call conspiracy theories started when I was in the RAF, which was 30 years ago. I was incredibly brainwashed, but I had some experiences there, which I'm going to talk to Charlie in more detail about. But when I was in the RAF, I realised that I was not working for who I thought I was working for, and my dad had just died as well, which was another experience that triggered me on the way to where I am now. And I started questioning, who are these people? Who are the royal family? Who is the government? None of it made sense. And it's taken a very long time. And then 9/11 happened. I was actually in intensive care when 9/11 happened in Stockport General Hospital near Manchester. And one of my friends died in 9/11, and that friend was called Jeff Campbell. He was the brother of one of my best friends at school, Matt Campbell. And I'm going to be interviewing Matt Campbell on this channel because I've been sat over Matt's shoulder for the last 19 years while he's been trying to uncover the truth about what happened to his brother and what happened in 9/11. And Richard Gage from Architects and Engineers for 9/11 put out an email a couple of days ago saying that there's a major opportunity, the biggest opportunity in the 9/11 truth movement, ever to expose the truth about 9/11 by Matt going to court with his family and exploiting this kind of loophole, as I understand it. I'm going to find out more when I interview him, hopefully in a couple of days, which could be huge. And the timing of this is extraordinary. The fact that this is happening now, you know. So this channel's going to be full of a lot of interesting stuff. I hope you come on the journey with me and enjoy it. I'm on this road trip at the moment, so I'm not going to spend too long on this opening video. I just want to say hi to anybody that knows me, anybody that doesn't, hello, even more. Also, I'm not always going to be in sunglasses and a hat. It's 25 degrees here in Ireland, which is extremely strange weather, and it's very, very sticky. So I've had 2 hours of air conditioning, so my eyes are red and watery. So you'll see my eyes in future videos, I promise. So if any of this resonates with you and you're looking forward to any of the other stuff that I've mentioned coming up, please do the usual stuff. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell, put it on all notifications. There will be an email list underneath this video at some point. Sign up to that, because all the channels are deleting anybody that mentions the virus or QAnon or any of these things. They don't want you to know about this stuff. They're hiding it all. So that, you know, it's very possible that that's going to happen on YouTube quite quickly. But that's why I've also set up a BitChute channel. There'll also be a brand new Tube channel coming up. So sign up to the email list if you want to keep up to date. And there's loads more to tell you, but I'm going to let it unfold as it unfolds. So I want to carry on with this road trip. Tonight I am hoping to be interviewing Nicola Sherlock, who's a tarot card reader, who's been very vocal about Trump and King John III and lots of other people. And I'm hoping we can get something on tape with her, because she seems to be extremely tuned in. So I hope you find the stuff on this channel useful and interesting. This is all it's about. It's about asking questions, and it's about us standing in our power as human beings, because I guarantee, I promise you, this pandemic is not what it seems. I'm not saying there isn't a virus, but I am saying that a virus is very, very easily treatable if you did have it. But we've even been lied to about what viruses actually are. And I'll get into more details about what that means in future videos. So thanks a lot for watching so far, and I'll say goodbye now and see you soon.